We'll be going over the credit for excess Social Security tax withheld worksheet. You can find this worksheet in IRS Publication 3, which is the Armed Services Tax Guide. However, you don't need to be a member of the U.S. Armed Forces to use this excess Social Security tax worksheet. This applies to anyone that happens to have all of their Social Security tax withheld in excess of a certain amount, which is known as the Social Security wage-based limit for each year. So under the Social Security Act, once you've reached your Social Security wage-based limit in a given year, then your employer should stop withholding taxes. However, if you have two employers or multiple employers, they might each take a representative amount of Social Security tax, and when you add all of them together, that combined amount of tax exceeds the annual limit. So this was a publication in 2022. During that year, that was $9,114. For the 2023 tax year, that amount increased to $9,932.40. And for the 2024 tax year, that amount increased to $10,453.20. So when you're calculating this tax worksheet, just understand that depending on the year, those amounts do change. They're usually adjusted upward for inflation. So we're going to walk through this example of a taxpayer that had multiple employers withhold Social Security tax. And then we're going to talk about where you would report the credit that you would receive on your income tax return when you file it, because you do get that money back. So in line one, we've entered $10,000. This represents all the Social Security tax withheld on behalf of our hero, John Doe. He works two jobs, and each employer withheld a combined amount of $10,000, like between the two employers. On line two, you would enter any uncollected Social Security tax on wages, tips, or group life insurance that was included in the total on IRS Schedule 2, Form 1040, line 6. So there is that is the tax form that you use to calculate extra tax. So if you had tip income that you previously didn't report, you would use a separate form to collect that, report it on your tax return, and then it would flow through to Schedule 2. So the first question most people would ask is, why would I report any uncollected Social Security tax on tips? And the simple reason is when you pay into the Social Security system, your Social Security benefits do depend on how much you pay into that system. So if you have, say, $5,000 of tip income that you did not report for Social Security purposes, then when you eventually get your benefits, that income will not be added to your monthly benefit amount. So it is in your best interest in the long run to properly report your Social Security wages and tips, so that when you do eventually draw Social Security, you're getting full credit for the amount that you earned. So in line 3, we're going to add lines 1 and 2. We've got $12,000. Now obviously, if this is less than the wage-based limit, the $9,114 for 2022, the $9,932.40 for 2023, or the $10,453.20 for 2024, then you wouldn't be able to take the credit because you haven't paid excess Social Security. So in line 4 is that Social Security tax limit. When the 2023 publication rolls out, they'll probably have the new dollar amount in here. You can simply do this on your own. And then you subtract line 4 from line 3. So in this calculation, we've got an extra $2,886 that we would then enter into IRS Schedule 3, line 11. And that's the line that reports your excess Social Security tax withheld. So that would be considered a tax credit when you file your 1040 for the tax year. So one of the big questions is, what if one of my employers withheld more than this amount? You can't take a tax credit for it. Instead, you would file a separate form requesting a rebate of that excess tax withheld. That is, if you can't get your employer to refund the credit. So we'll put links to all of the required forms and explanations in the show notes so that you can understand a little bit more based on your tax situation. If you like our videos, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. And if you like any of the articles that we have links to, please subscribe to our newsletter. And as always, if you have questions about any of these topics, or if you have an idea for an extra video that you'd like me to record, please feel free. Hit me up in the comment section. And thank you very much and have a great day.